Let's mirror this. Okay. For those who are just joining, welcome to the live. Yes, Precious from Nigeria. Precious, welcome everybody. Good to have everybody here tonight. Those who are joining for the first time, please let me know where you're joining in from, what part of the world you're joining in from. I see Precious from Nigeria, Suleiman from Senegal, okay? And I am streaming from the US, okay? We are doing this on different platforms today. Please, if you want to watch this on a replay, you can go on one of the biggest platforms ever, okay? I don't want to say names because TikTok doesn't give us that opportunity to talk about things like that, but you already know what I'm talking about, right? You know the platform that gives you the ability to watch this over again, and you put in reset with Coach Sheffy. Okay, put in reset with Coach Sheffy on that app, and you will be able to watch this over and over and over again. Earlier today, I did have some struggle with my system, but I think everything is ready to go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep tapping. The person who's tapping, I appreciate it. Keep tapping, because that's how TikTok will let people know that Coach Sheffy is live. I appreciate you all as we are setting in. What time is it from your side right now? What time is it from your side? Very good, very good. Welcome, everybody. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Can I ask you a question? And I would love for us to get engaged. Who is that? Thank you, Olebs. I miss you. How are you doing, Olebs? Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you so much. Okay, so can I ask you something? By the way, if I'm looking somewhere, it's because I'm paying attention to you, okay? All of you. If you want to watch this on a replay, thank you so much, my dear sister and friend. You can watch this on a replay, by the way, on the bigger platform where you put in reset with Coach Sheffy. It will give you the ability to catch anything that you may have missed while the teaching is happening or while the coaching is happening. I don't want to say teaching, but coaching. So can I ask you something honestly? Can I ask you something honestly? Now, how frustrating is it to know exactly what to do and still not do it? As someone who has had repeatedly said I was going to do things, but I never do it, I can tell you how frustrating it can be. So it might just be me, but let me hear it from your part. How frustrating is it for you whenever you know exactly what to do, but it feels like you don't know how to go about it, or you don't know how to do it? I tell you, very frustrating, very frustrating. You are here, you know what to do, right? You know exactly what to do, but you still not know how to do it, okay? You know what to eat, okay? Now, if you're gonna take it a step further, you know what to eat, and what happened? You don't eat that exact thing. Talking about our health. We know that we should not be binging on the fries. We should not be binging on the chicken. We should not be eating all those things like consistently, right? We should be eating the vegetables, like I'll tell my children, but you don't eat it. How frustrating that is that? Or you know what decisions to make. Maybe some of you might be stuck in an abusive relationship right now, an narcissistic relationship, okay? You know that decision that you need to make that will help you to have clarity of mind, but what do? You avoid it. How frustrating can this be? Or you know what you should start doing? The business, the project, the book, right? Start writing the book one step at a time. But somehow you decide not to do it. You decide not to move ahead. All these things that I'm saying, if it feels like I am describing you and you know how frustrating this can be, just put in the chat or in the comments. If you're watching this on a replay, just put yes, okay? I just want to make sure that you're here connected with me, you're grounded and following, because by the end of this live, not only will you have clarity, but also you will be offered a place of accountability if you're truly tired of repeating the same pattern of being stuck. See, most people desire a change, but not everybody takes the necessary step toward that change. Most people desire change, but not everybody takes the necessary step toward that change. So welcome to those who are just joining, okay? If this is your first time being here, please make sure that you follow, you subscribe, everything, so that when I go on live, you'll be made aware of it. Okay, so you start asking yourself, what is wrong with me? That frustration will lead to this. You're gonna start asking, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Wrong with me. Sorry, my handwriting, I know. I write like a doctor. I write like a doctor. So you might start asking yourself, thank you for the repost. Usually when they're, oh, thank you so much for the repost. Okay, so you're here, you're saying, I want to change. I desire a change, but you're not making any move toward it. So that kind of frustration hurts differently, because eventually you start asking, what is wrong with me, right? Because it looks like everybody else is working for them, but when it comes to you, it looks like nothing is working. So here you are, you're going to start asking yourself, then that means something is wrong. Let me tell you, nothing is wrong with you. I remember when I used to ask these exact questions to myself. And these questions didn't just come from nowhere. Questions like these, they came from what I've been told before. Questions like this, they came from what I heard before. Questions like this, they came from the way I was, brought up, the authority figure, the people that surround me. Okay? But this is the thing, you know that you're completely healed from your past when you can easily talk about it. You don't talk about it to get stuck, where usually, oftentimes, when the brain takes us in our past, okay. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Let me see who just wrote this. Is it Nyema Fashion? Welcome to the live. Okay, we're gonna pray for healing, okay, so that everything can go well. I've known people that may go through sickness and all that, so I know what it is like. I can relate to that as well, okay? Okay, so we're gonna pray for healing so that you can gather the money that you want. For those who are watching on other platforms, you may be asking what is happening. One of my followers just put in a message that need attention, so I'm addressing that. Now, let's continue. That kind of frustration hurts in a different way. It hurts differently, because eventually you start asking yourself, what is wrong with me? You're welcome, my dear friend. What is wrong with me? Why do I know what to do, but I don't do it? Okay? Why do I know what I need to do, but I don't do it? So you keep getting in your own way, and you're going to ask yourself, why do I keep getting in my own way? Why do I keep repeating this pattern over and over again? Can I tell you something? I think somebody needs to hear this in this moment. I was live earlier, but I came back because I feel like someone needs to hear what I'm going to tell you right now. And whatever you may be doing, unless you are driving, please pay attention to this. You are not lazy. You are not lazy. And your problem is not information. Because I know most of you, maybe you just came on my live from another live. Maybe that live just ended, and then I was the next person that was suggested. So you're here listening to me, and I appreciate that. But let me just tell you, information is not what you need in this moment. Okay? Information is not what you need in this moment. But what you need is taking action for transformation. If I'm gonna give you my example, in 2009 when I was stuck, it wasn't information that took me from there. It's the decision that I made. I told myself I matter. That's what took me from there. There is this saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. So just binging on information, that might just be the reason why you are even stuck than you were before. Just think about it this way. If you've eaten for 3 days, 4 days, a week, thank you for the person that is tapping. I appreciate you so much, because this is how the algorithm can suggest more people, because we need to get out there. So I appreciate you. Okay. Let's say you've been eating for a week, and in this whole week, you never went to release yourself. What will happen? If you know what is going to happen, please put it in the chat. For those who are watching me on TikTok, welcome, and I appreciate you. Those who are on the other platform, thank you so much. If you're watching this on a replay, please engage as well as if you're watching this on live. And the reason is when there is a prompt or when there is an information given and the person doing the live is asking you type in, once you type in, what you're telling yourself in that moment, or what you're telling the brain in that moment is, we are ready to transform. Okay, so that's why when you've been asked, put it in. Develop major medical issues. Okay, all else. Okay, now, so, and this, what you need right now is not an information, but what you need is transformation. So I gave that example of going to eating for 1 week and not using. And my dear Olaf said it so well. You're going to develop medical issue, constipation, right? And guess what? It's not just going to be at the constipation level, like she put it so well. It's going to affect other part of your body. Frustration comes in, okay? I like that. Frustration comes in, okay? And now you're going to start not being present in your body. So this is what is happening to most of you. You might be here asking yourself, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with you is not the amount of, you don't need more information. Your problem may be something deeper, and that's where I'm holding your hand to take you deeper. Okay, so if you want us to go deeper, please put in the comment section deeper. Okay, if you want us to go deeper, for those who have been on my live before, you know that when you come on this live, you don't go back the same way. That's one thing I've told myself. I don't want anyone to come on my live, I will come across someone and then they will return the same way. No, something has to change in your life. And I've been known for that. I've coached people from different backgrounds, different life aspects and all these things. But one thing that they know, once they come in my environment, not only do they have more enlightenment, clarity, but I also give them the structure that they didn't have in the past. So most of you right now, maybe you're just stuck at the not having a structure level, not having an accountability partner, not having someone leading you into the process of transformation. Okay, so your problem is deeper. I see. Yes, thank you for the other platform for putting in deeper. So now, for everybody joining, today we are talking about why you know what to do, but still don't do it. Why you know what to do, but still not doing it, okay? And if this already sounds like your story, deeper, yes, I know Olaf is in the house. Yes, 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 that's what I'm talking about, right? Thank you. Now, if this sounds like you, if it sounds like, Coach, you're reading me, and I'm tired of this pattern, right? Put reset in the chat. Let's do reset. Let's do reset. It's very important because we think we still have 1 year to finish 2026. No, we only have some months. Let me remind you of this. The way you end a year is the same way you're going to start a new year. The way you end a year is the same way you're going to start a new year, right? Thank you, thank you, Olef. I appreciate you. The way you end a year is the same way you're going to start a new year. I remember in the past, I was never looking forward to a new year. I felt like a new year made me more depressed because I understood well that I was adding years, but nothing was changing. And I was functioning from this place of shame. Okay? Okay, I was functioning from this place of shame. Not only shame, but the other thing is what? Fear. I was functioning from shame and I was functioning from fear. So every new year that happened, there has never been any excitement. I never understood that that's what it was happening until I started paying more attention to me. When I was a child, okay, even before teenager, in my childhood, other children are always excited for the new year because they're gonna have a new clothes. They're gonna eat the food that they never ate, like chicken and all those things, right? So I live that life. I live that life of what it is. Sometimes you may think what will be the next meal and all these things. But by the way, I was never showing any excitement. I didn't understand why. My mom would spend all the money, buy me new clothes. My mom took good care of me. She spoiled me, took good care of me. But I was never that person or that child who get excited because they had new clothes. So the thing is, at a very young age, I understood well this thing that I'm teaching you right now. And I'm bringing you on this journey because I know most of you right now, you're stuck in this place of fear and shame. And you're asking yourself, is this how my life is going to end? You're silently asking this question, but on the outside, you are the one of the strongest person that ever showed up. But people don't know the turmoil that is happening inside. You know, you are this specific person where somebody can come and ask you for an advice and you know what to say exactly. But when it comes to you personally, you don't know what to do. That's the stuck that I'm talking about. And that's the stuck that I want you to get out of because I've lived it. I lived it for many years. I know the pattern. I know the routine. Not only do I have the certification to coach people, but I also have lived it and I know what it feels like. I know the shame and everything that comes with it. Okay. So this live is for the person who is smart. And those are the person that are watching me right now. Also gonna watch on a replay. This live is for the person that is very smart. The person who did all the reading, you read the books, you learn, you journal, you keep doing research, you watch all the videos on YouTube, where I am, okay? You watch all the videos on YouTube, you think deeply, you understand things. You're very smart, like I said, but your life does not match what you know. You know what to do, but your life in the inside doesn't match what you know. Your life is only at this level. Your life does not match what you know, right? And privately, that frustrates you. I know you've done all the EMR, you've done anything that has to do with, therapy. Maybe you've been in therapy for 30 years. The work that I do is not a therapy work. We go deeper, okay? Identity work that will help you to be grounded. This is why I have started my, I will tell you more later about a 3-month coaching session, the 90 days coaching session that have helped a lot of people. And this is a group coaching session where you're not showing up by yourself. Within the group coaching session, you also have the ability, the possibility to work with me one-on-one. But right now, let's dive deeper because let's just say deeper. So let's go deeper, okay? Now, the frustration that you're having right now, that you're dealing with right now, it's not a regular frustration like, okay, you just get up and then things will change. You're asking yourself, why is it that I'm able to be there for people on the outside, but inside, my world is crumbling? And that frustrates you because people see potential in you. You are the one that your boss comes to. Everybody can go. You make yourself available for the boss to come and say, okay, you know what? We are struggling with this. You are the go-to person. So people see potentials in you. Your pastor see potentials in you. People around you, they see potential by yourself. You know why you can see potentials? Because you know the conversation that is running 24/7. So right now, you feel stuck. And let me give you this example right here. Let's say early in the morning, you are walking, going on a walk, and then you saw $5. From afar, you didn't know that it was $5. You're like, wait, did my eyes just trick me? Let me get closer. So when you got closer, it was really $5. So here you are, you got closer to get the $5, but the $5 was stuck under a big rock. Well, you're a very persistent person. You're like, okay, I'm gonna take it out. You started pulling the $5 out. The next thing you know is you only have a half of $5 in your hand. The other half is stuck under the rock. What you are holding in your hand is just a partial $5. The other part is stuck under the rock. Do you think, will that other half that is in your hand, can you use that half to buy things in a grocery store? Can you use the other half of the money that you're holding to buy something, to purchase something in a grocery store? I don't think so, right? No, yes. No, I am not. I'm sorry, Bella. I am not, but there are other English teachers on the platform. Please look them up. One of them that I know is Coach Kojo. He's very good, but he does speak French. So if that's your second language, yeah. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm gonna check my profile to see if I put anything like that that is misleading so that we can fix it. You know, I do have people coming and asking, are you an English teacher? No, I am not. Maybe in the beginning, I speak French. So when people come, I acknowledge them in French. So I think the algorithm just throw people off like I'm teaching English. No, I'm not, okay? But thank you for asking. Now, let's come back to our example of the $5. You pull the $5 out, you have the $5 in your hand. Can you use that money or whatever you have in your hand? Can you go to the bank and do any transaction with it? Can you go to the grocery store and buy anything with it? Of course not, because you're only holding a partial of what has to be the fullness of it. Partial doesn't mean fullness of it. That's why you feel stuck, because you know you're only moving from a part of who you are instead of the 100% of who you are. You're only functioning from 5%, okay? And even that 5% of where you're moving from, people are still thinking that you have potentials. Just imagine clearing all that doubt, all that shame, all that fear out of the way, okay? So yes, most of you right now, you have value, you are filled with talents, you have potentials. But because you're stuck, you being stuck, you cannot bring about that which will give the value of who you are. Okay? So you feel stuck, you start, you stop. You plan, you stop. You want to push through, then you start overthinking. And you tell yourself this: tomorrow comes, and you tell yourself this: nothing changes. You're still in the same place saying tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. If I said tomorrow, that's a very smart way to keep yourself stuck eternally. Because I know if I say Tuesday and I put a date on it, that is precise. But because you have repeated the pattern of overthinking, the pattern of inconsistency, the pattern of procrastination, and you know so well. And again, I'm talking to smart people. And you don't like to go through the pattern of shame. You just say tomorrow, because tomorrow is also always in the future. The future is what? It's an illusion. The present is where we build the future. So you're going to tell yourself tomorrow, and tomorrow will happen. Tomorrow, nothing changes. It's the same thing over and over again. Or you tell yourself Monday, and Monday comes, nothing changes. You show up, but nothing changes. And eventually you end up stopping, you stop trusting yourself, because this is what is happening. If you've ever asked yourself, why is it too hard for change? If you've ever said this, have you ever asked yourself, why is it so hard to change? If you've ever said this, this is what is happening. Because every single time you told yourself, I am going to show up, and you don't, your brain translate that as breaking promises to yourself. And you know that so well. So every amount of time that you said, I'm going to show up, that you do not show up, the brain is holding that against you. Okay? The brain is holding that against you, is being filed in your memory bank. So that's why you start feeling like you're disappointing yourself. So how many of you have ever felt disappointed in yourself? How many of you have ever felt disappointed in yourself? I have. By the way, on my channel, on my lives, on my platform, there is no shame in here. There is no judgment here. Everything that I'm telling you, I used to live it. I've lived it for many years. So this is what makes me excited. This is what keeps pushing me forward. Yes, I tell you, right? This is what motivates me. This is what inspired me, my past, my life experience, and the shame and the feeling that I carry through. That's what make me come out all the time to share this type of information, hoping that you will not treat this as an information, but you will be awakened to start moving toward your transformation, your inner transformation. Okay? Most of you, you've been told a lie. You've been sold a lie. And what is this lie? To focus on the outside world. The outside world can never be built if the inner world has not been secured. The outside world cannot be built if the inner world is not secure. What do I mean by the inner world? I'm talking about your identity. Motivation will just push you to start, but motivation will ghost on you when you need it. Think of motivation as that friend who will promise you having an everyday life. Just call me if you're stuck in a traffic. If you're stuck, you need somebody to clean your driveway because of snow, call me. And you call them, there's nowhere, this person is nowhere to be found. That's exactly motivation for you. Okay? So somebody did answer and I see the answer coming in, right? Can I tell you the first thing I want you to stop believing? This is what I want you to stop believing. You are not lazy. Right now, you may be thinking you're lazy. You are not lazy. Okay? That being said, you do not need information. You do not need to listen to more podcasts. Okay? You don't need more books. You don't need to get more journals. That's not what it is. You don't need to start planning over and over again. You don't need to have at least 72 motivational videos. All those videos, all those journals, all those podcasts, you already have the information in you. What you need now is this. Doing. Because information is not transformation. Okay? Information is not transformation. Information is just building your desire. Okay? Information is building your desire. Information is what? Just an information that is sitting, it just stays and dissolve. And then you keep feeling again like you have nothing. And somebody just said it, or let's said it, execution, moving, doing. So if you find yourself stuck right now, and with the example of the $5 that I just gave you, it's because you're stagnant with information. You see the example of the rock that I said? That's the information laying on the money. That's the information, the amount of information, because there is no execution, there is no movement, is just there. And you're under that information. You're carrying all that weight, not moving with it. You have many goals that you want to reach. One of them might just be you want to start a digital product. I'm not starting a digital product, but I'm just giving you an example. Or maybe you want to write a book, right? Maybe you want to write a book, okay? But all these things, they are just a desire. They are just at a desire level. Nothing is being done. So you might be asking yourself right now, then coach, we are by the road, by the way. I have the windows open, so pardon me if you can hear the sound from outside, okay? So maybe you might be asking, so coach, what can I do? If any of these things resonate with you, okay, and you said, coach, what can I do? You are at the right place. Welcome to the live. For those who are just joining, what are we talking about is why you know what to do, but you're not doing it. You know what to do. You know the steps that you need to take, but it feels like you're not doing it. And you're asking yourself the same question. Okay? So now, you can know something mentally and still not embody it. That's what is happening to a lot of people. Oh my goodness, we are going now. Thank you so much for the likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the repost, for the like. Thank you. Okay, so you can know something mentally, and that's where constipation comes from, mental constipation, right? We are constipated mentally because of all the information and still not embody it. You can know you can know that you have to be confident, right? And still hide. Okay? I've had people that came in my session where they said, coach, I have low self-esteem. I have low confidence. And then when we start working, the confidence or the low self-esteem is just a result of what they're dealing with internally that they never pay attention to. Okay? So you can know what you should, you know that you should move, but you can still procrastinate. Okay? You know that you have to start moving and still feel stuck. So the knowing is not what it is, because most of you know what to do. But the doing is where a lot of people ghost on themselves. Because the doing will open yourself to you. The doing will reveal to you the wound. But guess what? If you're running away from the wound, that's where your being is. A lot of people are not human being. They're not being. They are constantly functioning to become. That's where the lie is. I told you you've been sold a lie. You are not becoming. Before you became, there is the one who was. You are the one in the seed form. Okay? So because behavior follows identity, that's what you need to know. Your behavior follows your identity. And let me tell you this. Self-trust, okay? Some of you, you're dealing with self-trust right now. Self-trust. And that's why you're breaking the self-trust. Some of you, you're dealing with self-trust. Some of you, you stop believing in yourself. And whenever you stop believing in yourself, okay. Whenever you stop believing in yourself, any little things that you need to do even to get unstuck, you will not do it. I remember, and I love giving this example. One of my clients, I asked them, okay, can you commit to this specific time for us to work? The person told me they couldn't. And I applaud them for telling me that. Okay? The person said, I cannot. And this is the exact word the person said. The person said, I am afraid to even commit. You know why this person is afraid to even commit? Because the brain has a track record of whenever they commit, they never show up. So this person was afraid to commit. Okay? So most of you right now, you stop believing in yourself. You stop believing in yourself. Most of you right now in this moment, you stop believing in yourself. Oh my goodness, Pam, stop calling. You stop believing yourself. Okay? Not God, but you stop believing yourself. You said tomorrow I'll do it, and tomorrow nothing changed. You said, okay, I'll show up on Monday, and you don't show up. You said this year things are gonna be different, and nothing changed. So you promise yourself this time, you're gonna show up in a different way, but nothing is changing. And this is what it is. And eventually you stop trusting your own voice. You can trust everybody else, but your own voice. You can trust strangers, but your own voice. So you're ghosting on yourself. And this is very painful. I've worked with clients that felt like they couldn't trust themselves. Okay? And this is very painful. Because now, even when you want to change, part of you is secretly thinking. I tell you, and I live that. So I know how someone that may be going through this right now is feeling from the inside. Okay? You will trust other people but your own voice. It's because the brain is bringing you back to moment where you said you're going to show up, but you never did. So the brain will keep reminding you. And that's the part of you that is feeling the pain, because that part of you, when the brain takes you there, shame follows, fear follows, doubt follows, rejection, self-rejection, self-abandonment. So all those things all those life experiences that set you up for who you are, they keep showing up. Okay? So when you want to change, part of you is secretly thinking, okay, will I actually follow through? That was the same thing that happened with my clients. Because when I told her, can you give us 3 months to do this? The brain, she was already thinking, will I actually follow through? Let's say your life expectancy is what? 90 years. And you might just be 25 years now, or you are 30 years now. How long will you move with this being stuck? For how long? Just make the math. Do the math right there. So if this feels personal, if this feels like I'm talking about you and you're tired of the pattern, and you said, Coach, I need to have a new makeover, if you can put it that way. I need a transformation, not an information. Please put me in the chat. Put me in the chat, okay? Put me in the chat. If you don't, you no longer want to be stuck. If you no longer want to keep binging on information, binging on podcasts, put me in the chat, okay? Put me in the chat. Now, for those who also want to reach out to me, DM me on my email, which is info@coachsheffy.com. Info@coachsheffy.com. At the end of this live, you know how to reach me, which is what? Info@coachsheffy.com. Now, I want to ask you something, okay? I want to simplify something for you. Many people think their problem is discipline. You do not lack discipline. You do not lack motivation. Can I say that again to the people in the back? You do not lack motivation. Yes, I know. And this is coming from someone who is known as the motivational force. So take it from me. You do not lack motivation. You do not lack discipline. Okay? Because we can tell that you're very disciplined for the things that you don't want to. But when it comes to the things that you want, that's where discipline is not. So you do not lack discipline. You do not lack motivation. Why don't you lack motivation? Motivation will get you started. But motivation is not what you need to follow through. Okay? But what if I tell you this? Your nervous system is exhausted. The nervous system is exhausted. And S, I'm just abbreviating and saying the nervous system. So your nervous system right now is exhausted. So if your body feels unsafe, that means you're struggling to sustain action. Whenever the body feels unsafe, this is what is happening. You struggle to sustain action. If life taught you fear, you know what that means? Your body chooses safety. So safety says this: delay. That's why you delay. That's why you overthink. That's why you wait. That's why you avoid. That's why you hide. And that is why you are uncertain to move forward. Now, you cannot build consistency from survival mode. No one builds consistency from survival mode. Most of you right now, your nervous system is dysregulated and you're trying to build from there. The foundation is what? Is the nervous system. So when the foundation is broken, no matter what you put on top of it, what will happen? It will be shaken. That means the foundation is not solid. Okay? So you cannot build consistency from survival mode. You cannot build consistency from survival, and it's very important. This has to sink in. How many of you feel emotionally tired? We are just in May, but some of you felt emotionally tired since January and you haven't done anything about it. You're just winging it through life. Can I also let you know that whenever you're functioning with, I tell you, right? Whenever you're functioning with dysregulation, not only is this showing in the way you show up, but also that will affect your health. Since January, people have been functioning with being emotionally tired. You know, a lot of people, they check out already. So this is what it is. Why smart people stay stuck? Why is it that smart people, they stay stuck all the time? Sometimes the most difficult people to coach sometimes are the smart ones. That means everybody's smart. That means everybody's sometimes hard to coach. Okay? Sometimes smart people, they struggle more than other people because they know what to do, but they are questioning every move. Because smart people, they overthink more than everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, Fuentes? Okay? Because they overthink more, they analyze more, they research more, okay? Even fasting more. They know all the steps. They wait longer in the process. And sometimes fear disguises itself as preparation. Okay? Fear, I know, right? We all need this sometimes. Fear shows itself as preparation. So you call this preparation, but secretly what you're doing is avoiding. It's avoidance. Okay? It's avoidance. It's avoidance. You pause everything that you're supposed to do. You overthink all of them. You have the degree, so you're like, okay, this can be that, or that can be this. What do they mean? What do they mean by good morning? Wait, where is the sun? Where is the sun? You start looking like, no, the sun shifts a little bit, right? Okay, it can be good morning. And waiting has cost some of you years. Right now, remember the example of the rock that I gave you? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try if I'll be able to draw a rock. A rock is just a rock. Don't overthink it. You see that? That's a rock. And now this is the $5 stuck here under the rock. Okay? The rock is the information that you're holding. Not only is the information, it's also the years of experiences that you are carrying. So most of you right now, you're living in the past. Okay? Most of you right now, who is this? Most of you right now, you're living in the past. You're stuck in the past. This is what is happening to most of you because you're overthinking. Waiting has caused some of you to be stuck in a year for like more than a lot of you, you're living in 2020 right now. For everybody that is just joining today, welcome to the live. What are we talking about? Why you know what to do, but still don't do it. And my goal is what? By the end of this live, you will be able to have the clarity that you need, the structure that you need. And let me tell you, the reason why it looks like you know what to do, but you do not do it because you do not have a structure. So when you join the group coaching, because we can't teach everything on a live, right? And that's why a lot of you're binging on lives from live to live, from live to live. I remember when one of my clients told me, okay, you know, I've been getting information from lives. Okay, if you've been getting information from lives, why do you still want us to work? Coaching is one of the fastest way to break out of a pattern that has kept you stuck for many years. Because the coach is, you are now, you've gotten closer into the environment of the coach. So the coach is paying more attention to you. They are holding you accountable, and you're holding them accountable on the journey. And whatever they have gone through, and with the experience that they have by coaching other people, they will pour all that into you, okay? So that you don't keep repeating the same pattern, right? So now this is the real question. Who is the version of you making your decisions? Who is the version of you making the decision? Is it the one that is afraid? Is it a fearful one? I so want to finish this live before my children come home, because today I changed my setting. I'm doing the live in my children's room. Okay, so I'm like, let me finish before they come. They're going to be home soon. So who is the version of you that is making the decision right now? Is it a fearful one? Remember when I draw the circle? We have the shame and we have fear. You're stuck in fear. So when you're about to move forward, you're making a decision from a place of fear. When you're about to make a decision, you're making a decision from a place of shame. That's what is happening to most of you right now. Okay? So who is making the decision for you? Is it a fearful version of you? Is it a tired version of you? Is it a disappointed version of you? Or the version of you that actually knows who they are? Is it a version of you who actually know who they are? We are getting deeper. That was just introduction. Okay? So stay with me. Stay with me here. Now, this is very important. Okay? This is very important. For those of you that are just joining and asking, you know, what are we talking about? We're talking about how to get more, I'll say how to get more done. You know what to do, then why are you not doing it? You know what you need to do, why are you not doing it? And you're asking yourself, coach, I've seen all this pattern. I keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. I want to break out of this pattern and I don't know how to. This is why I am inviting you for my 90-day coaching session, the group coaching session. We are starting on June 27. June 27, we are meeting on June 27. Now, I want to make this, I want to open this for you. And the reason is, I know most of you, one of the excuses that you give yourself is what? I don't have the money. Remember I told you about being stuck? So you're making decision from survival, the survival mode. So you're going to start telling yourself, I don't have the money that I need to break or to even sign up for a coaching session. But this time it's not a coaching session. This is what? This is a group coaching. So it's not like a one-on-one coaching session where you said, okay, I don't have the money that you need. But it's a group coaching session. And this group coaching session also gives you the ability to you can have a payment plan with Klarna. with Afterpay. So what is your excuse now? Okay, what is that excuse that you have in this moment? For those who are just joining, please let me know where you're joining in from, what part of the world you're joining in from. Okay, let me have my water. I'm thirsty. It's very hot in this place, really hot. I don't know if you can see me sweating from my clothes, but that's what is happening. Let me know where you're joining in from. What part of the world are you joining in from? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Very good, very good, very good. Let me see, some comments are coming in. Some comments are coming in. Very good, everybody. We are on three different platforms today. Okay, we are on 3 different platforms today. Okay, let me see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Ethiopia. Oh, welcome. You're joining from Ethiopia. Welcome, my dear friend. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here, by the way. Thank you. Now, let's keep diving deeper. By the way, if this live ends, I'm gonna go live again, but I hope you get what you need to get before the live end. It's like 3:18 right now. Very good. So if you feel like anything that I'm saying, it sounds like you, and it's like, oh my goodness, coach, you are talking about me. Coach, I have repeated this pattern for many years. Coach, I want to break out of this pattern. You said, coach, I need help. You know, I've tried with myself, by myself, and I don't know how to. I've even enrolled, I've done therapy, I've watched videos, I've done nervous system regulation, but nothing is working for me. Put me in the chat, okay? Put me in the chat. Now, my question is what? Who is making your decision? Remember, is it a fear for you? Is it the one that is doubting your potentials? Because you're gently asking yourself, if I know what to do, or if I'm there to help other people, why is it that I cannot help myself? You might be asking this question right now. So who is making the decision for you? Who is making your decision? Who is showing up for you? Okay? Who is making the decision that you're supposed to make? Is it yourself? Right? Is it the one that has gone through repetition of not getting the result that he or she needs? So that's the question. Who is making the decision? Please put that in the chat as I am checking the comment right now. For those who are joining on the other platform, please make sure you share this with your community, your friends, your people. Share this with them. Let's see. Okay. Man, it's hot. It is so hot. Okay. Put it in, put it in. It's coming. Very good. Very good. Yes, like some people say here, right? Myself. Okay. He said myself. Okay. That's a good answer. Okay. I see other people put it in. Yes. Is it you when you mean yourself, is it a fearful one? When you said it's myself, is it a fearful self? Okay. Is it the one that trusts you or the one that has lost their trust along the way? So when you say myself, is it the one that is doubting? Who is making the decision for you? I know it's myself, and people can say self without knowing. Is it a self that said, I'm going to show up, but never show up? Is it a self that says that, okay, this year things are going to be different, but they keep repeating the same pattern over and over again? Is it a self that said, okay, you know what? Monday, I'm going to show up, but they never show up. So who's making the decision? Okay, that self carries a lot of history. That self has gone through a lot of things. That self maybe showed up for themselves, so they have a track record, or that self did not show up and their brain has a track record. I am so hot. Oh my goodness. You see that? So is it a version of you who believes? Is it a version of you who trusts themselves? Is it a version of you who follows through? Okay? Or is it a version of you who is tired, the version of you that the disappointed one? Is it the version of you that is doubtful? Is it a version of you that secretly expects failure? Most people, they set goals already expecting that they're not going to follow through. Most people, they set goals already knowing that they are not going to show up for the goals, so that they can end up saying, this is what I knew this was going to happen. So you already set yourself up for failure before you even start. And you know where that is coming from? It's coming from the history that you built in the past. Okay? Because the version of you making the decision determines the life you experience. We can all say myself, but the version of you that is making the decision, that is the version of you that determines the life you experience. You see, you being stuck in a workplace right now, not moving forward, that is the version of you that have gone through rejection. So you are afraid that if you put in a request for promotion, you may end up being denied. That's the version of you that most people you're functioning with. So the version of you that is making the decision is the same version that is that determine the life that you need to experience. So some of you're still making decision from survival. Okay, you're making decision from survival. You're not making the decision from identity. We can say myself, but what is that self? Who is that self? So you're making decision from survival, not identity. And survival says something like this. Survival will keep you stuck. The survival will tell you this: stay safe, do not risk it, don't fail, don't try, don't think about it, don't do anything about it. So that's survival right there. But can I tell you something? Survival is not your identity. And I know you know that by now because you've been on my live before and I've said it before. Survival is not your identity. Survival is not your identity. And if this is speaking to you, please put deep in the chat so that we can keep going deeper. I'm going to show you some of the things that may start helping you even before we start working together. If you want to be part of this group coaching right now, right after the live, you want to take advantage of this. We have Afterpay, we have Klarna, okay? The regular price for the 10 people that I want to work with, okay? The regular price is $597. If you're able to get it before the group coaching, it's $597. But for those who are on right now, for those who are watching right now, I'm gonna break that price and take some of it so that you will be able to get the book for it right away and also get access to me right away. Okay, so let me explain something in a very simple way. Have you ever noticed this? When you feel like nothing works out for you, suddenly your brain finds proof, more proof, because you're believing that nothing is working for you. So what happened? The brain will start finding proof, more reasons, and more evidence. Or maybe you want to buy a car. Let's say you want to buy a Tesla. Let's say a purple Tesla, okay? And as soon as you bought the car, what happened? Suddenly you start seeing that car everywhere. You start noticing the same car everywhere, okay? That is how the brain works. The purple car has always been there. It's not that it wasn't there. It has always been on the road. But because it wasn't part of what you want, you never pay attention to it. But as soon as you decide to buy that car, everywhere you go, you start seeing that car everywhere. I remember when my son was writing a book and the sister asked him, actually the organ, because it's an entrepreneurship that we're going for. So kids entrepreneurship. And he was going to be there as an author. So they asked him how does he want to call the name of his business? He said Brooks. And we're like, Brooks? It has to be a family name or something like that. But as soon as he said that, the next time we started driving, we started noticing Brooks everywhere. It wasn't that Brooks just appeared from nowhere. That is called the reticular activating system. Your brain notices what feels familiar. So when you tell yourself that, whatever you bring into your awareness, the brain will intensify on that. Your mind search for evidence that matches what it believes. Your mind search for evidence that matches what it believes. I'm going to say that for you again. Your mind searches for evidence that it believes, it matches what it believes. Okay? So, and this is why people stay stuck. If fear feels familiar, okay? If fear feels familiar, your brain notices danger. If rejection feels familiar, what is the brain noticing? The brain will notice rejection. If failure feels familiar, your brain notices reasons not to move. So right now, the reason why you are not moving, and again, if we go back to the rock, the money under the rock, the reason why you're not moving and you feel stuck is because that's what the brain is familiar with. I came across a story where, and by the way, this is proven by science, by the way, the epigenetic and all this, right? Epigenetic, okay? And there's a story about an elephant that was stuck. The elephant does not know that he has all this power, but because the elephant was trained to see himself as, as an ant, so the elephant was stuck in a very small space. Okay, and there's also an example about a serpent or a snake, right? So most of you right now, what you fed the brain with, that's what the brain is playing back. Let me check to see if my daughter can pick up the brothers. One moment. Okay. Can you get them for me, please? Thank you. Thank you. Please don't bring them up, okay? I know they may want to come up. It's time for me. My daughter, their sister will pick them up. Okay. So this is what is happening to most of you. Thank you, sweetie. This is what is happening to most of you right now. So your brain will notice all the things that you're fed it with. The brain goes with what is familiar. Okay? So your brain notices reasons not for you to move. Okay? This is what is happening to most of you. You feel stuck. It's not just feeling stuck, but it's because of what you put in the brain. But what if you could train your attention differently? What if you could train your attention differently? Have you ever thought about that? Instead of going through the motion of feeling stuck, what if you can train your brain in a different way so that you are no longer feeding your brain with the old version of you? So that you no longer feed yourself with the lie that society has told you, with the lie that you've been told, you've been sold onto. Okay? So what if your reference point change? What are you using? What is the North Star that you're following? This is where we need to get to. This is where I'm bringing you to. And this is very important. And this is why identity is very powerful. This is where identity becomes powerful. Let's say, for instance, we're playing scavenger hunt. Oh, no, not scavenger hunt. We are playing, how do we call this? I've used this example many times. It left my mind. It's going to come back. It's gonna come, okay? I'll give you the example, and you will give me the word. Charade, yay! See, I told you it's gonna come. So let's say we're playing charade, right? Charade, you don't talk, you just act it out, okay? So when I'm acting it out, you can tell. You know why you're able to tell? Because I tap into your imagination, and I added a feeling and emotion to it. Our identity is created from two things: your imagination, your belief, okay? Imagination and belief. How did that imagination got into you is what you've heard, what you've listened to. So most of you right now, what you've heard, what you listen to is conditioning your way of living in this moment. So if your identity becomes powerful, and this is where identity becomes very powerful, let me offer you a perspective right now. I don't believe you're trying to become someone completely new. That's not what it is. Most of you think that's what it is. You are now working to become somebody who never existed. You get stuck because you think you're creating a new version of you. And that's also the reason why when you're visualizing, because that's what the brain believes, what happened? The brain is stuck. You're stuck in that way of trying to figure it out. Okay? What I'm sharing with you is very powerful, and I want you to pay attention so that after the live, all this doesn't just sit at the information level. You need to pass the information level. So the version of you who follows through already exists. The version of you who already follows through already exists. The version of you who trusts themselves already exists. The version of you who finishes already exists, right? And this is what it is. But fear has covered this version of you. Fear has covered this version of you. Shame has covered this version of you. Doubt has covered this version of you. Playing small has covered this version of you. Pain covered this version of you. Disappointment covered this version of you. You see that? But this is what I know because I've taught it, I've lived it, and this is what helped me to quantum leap from where I was stuck in 2009, even the years before, to where I am now, going for my certification, right? Because I know how much I was tormented by the lie that I was living from. So you are created in the image and the likeness of God. This has been my anchor scripture over and over and over again. This is what helped me to boost my confidence. That's why when I'm going for job interview, I function from this part of the scripture, image and the likeness of God. So how do I go? I'm like, nothing can be refused to God. If I'm created in the image and the likeness of God, nothing can be refused to God. So the job interview that I'm going for, nothing can be refused to me. Now, it's going to sound like this to most of you. And please do not hear what I'm not saying. What I'm telling you is this. Being created in the image and the likeness of God means what? You don't wing it through life. If you know that you're going for a job interview, what do? You prepare yourself. You go on YouTube to look for example, to prepare yourself with interviews, how you can respond. You build your confidence by preparing yourself before the day of the interview. So most people are stuck. Thank you so much for the person who is liking. Oh, I just see numbers going up. I appreciate you. Please, I see all the likes. I see all the likes and thank you so much. Thank you, okay? So you are created in the image and the likeness of God means what? Knowing that, which is the blueprint, your blueprint is hidden in the image and the likeness of God. Now, knowing that you have a model to follow. Very good. Thank you, God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You have a model to follow. Right now, it's hard for you it's hard for you to get unstuck because of what? You didn't have any model. Nobody ever modeled that to you, not in your family. So the track record that you're holding about you is what? A failure, okay? Not only are you functioning with your own nervous system, but you have inherited, I told you we're gonna get deeper. You have inherited someone else's nervous system from your parents probably, or from the environment that you grew up on. You never train your brain to say, brain, you're scanning the wrong person. I want you to scan the mind of God because I am made in the image and the likeness of God. What I'm showing you right now is what I've taught some of my clients, where it helped them not to be stuck in the income that they are making or in the returns that they are making. They were able to get unstuck even in their relationship, in their household, now where their parents, people around them can see the difference, because my work is not a surface work. We get deeper. And where is the deeper for me? The deeper for me is God. The deeper for me is God. When I say we're going deeper, I'm pulling you into the depth of things. Most of you right now, you're trying to understand from the brain level. It's deeper than the brain level. If it was that easy for you to break out of it, you've tried many times, you couldn't. That's why I'm offering you the 90 days for us to work together. You come in my environment, you will live a transformed person. The person that used to overthink, you no longer overthink. You start moving to see action, to see transformation rather. You'll be that person that take action. Even if you have to wait to think, your language will be, okay, God, what are we doing? Once you get the information, you start moving toward what you need to do. Okay, so you were created in the image and the likeness of God. And if that is true, then quitting is not your original identity. And I know that is true. Okay, fear is not your original identity. Self-sabotage is not your original identity. You are not trying to become someone random. That's what you think that you're doing. You are not becoming someone random. But what are you doing? You are reconnecting with the part of you that got disconnected. You are reconnecting with who fear disconnected from you from. Okay? You are disconnected, or you are reconnecting from that person that fear disconnected you from your original self, your identity, who you are. Okay? Now, if this sits well, if this is speaking to you, put blueprint in the chat. Put blueprint in the chat. For those who are also watching this on a replay, please put blueprint in the chat. If anything that I've said, the one about being made in the image and the likeness of God, if it resonates with you, very good. Good job. Put blueprint in the chat because we are diving deeper. We are getting deeper. Put blueprint in the chat. Put blueprint in the chat. Good, good, good. Put blueprint in the chat. If this resonates with you, if this is sitting with you, put blueprint in the chat. Good job. The blueprints are coming in. 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 The blueprint, very good. Good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Let me challenge you with something right now. And this might knock some of you like this, okay? This is exactly the reason why visualization doesn't work for most of you. This right here. Okay, let's go on the board. By the way, for those who are just joining, and I know some of you did ask that you wanted to work with me one-on-one. Right now, what we're doing is, thank you. Right now, I have paused a bit the one-on-one, but we have the group coaching session. So if you want to be part of the group coaching session, go ahead. I'm going to reopen the one-on-one very soon. But if you want to be part of the group coaching session, send me a message on info@coachsheffy.com. Info@coachsheffy.com, okay? Info@coachsheffy.com. Now, one of the reasons why visualization doesn't work for some of you, it used to not work for me, so it's safe for me to say that, is this. Whenever you've been told to close your eyes and visualize your future self, you know what the brain is doing? What the brain heard is this. Close your eyes and tap into the old me, the past me. Okay? Mi encantaría entender lo que dice. Maybe you're saying, I don't understand what you're saying. Solo algunas cosas entiendo. Let me see. I don't understand what you're saying. I only understand a little bit of English. I think that's what it is. Okay, so now let's come back, okay? Sometimes visualization doesn't work for this reason. Not because visualization is bad. It's not. Because even in the word, what did God tell Abraham? He asked Abraham to look in the sky and count the number of stars. This is what visualization does for us. When we are when we are visualizing, what you're doing in that moment is you're connecting with God. Most people, and again, when you're made in the image and the likeness of God, usually what you're doing is you are cueing the brain to scan the brain of God, not yours. Because yours right now, the memory that the brain has about you is what? The person who never showed up. So when you're telling the brain that we are visualizing, the brain has to be able to find a track record. So the brain can see that. So that's why the brain keeps taking you to the past. Okay? That's why the brain keeps taking you to the past. But where you are, your goal is what? You want to go to the future. Remember, I told you this before. Most people are either living in the past or in the future, never in the present. Meanwhile, life is built in the present. Meanwhile, life is built in the present. So most people got it wrong while they are stuck in the past, or they are stuck in the future, or they are ahead of them in the future. Now, this is why you keep repeating your yes over and over again. So right now in this moment, okay, some of you might just be stuck in the year 2020. You see that? Some of you might just be stuck in the year 2020, in the year 2021, 22. So any year but the year 2026. Does the brain has a habit for mostly tapping into negative things? No. But this is what it is. That's a very good question. That's a beautiful question. Olives, you always have great question, by the way. That's a very good question. The reason why it looks like, and I did explain this earlier on the first slide, the reason why it looks like the brain only taps on the negative one is because growing up, remember we're talking about the record. Growing up, for some people, they grew up in an environment where negativity was louder. You see that? So because negativity was loud, the brain is used to that. The brain has been conditioned to respond to whatever is negative. Okay? That's why some kids, okay, they can easily respond to negative things than the positive one. So as human being, what we do is whenever it's negative, it can easily quicken or grow in us because the field is already, how do we call this? The field is already set for it. It's not vital. What's the word for it? It's fertilized. Yeah, the field which you are, your brain is the mind is the field. So the field is already fertilized to grow whatever has been put in. So if in the past, whatever has been put in the past is the negative things, that's what is going to grow faster and quicker. Now, this is your work now to retrain your brain and say, no, you're doing it wrong. That's why you need to tap into the higher one. How do you tap into the higher one? With the things that you're hearing, the things that you're saying. What did God say about you? That's why you need to start speaking creative word. Some will call it affirmation, but I believe and I know for sure that for some of the things that some people have gone through, affirmation will not work. The same way visualization doesn't work for some people, is the same way affirmation will not work for others. Because affirmation doesn't respond to a broken identity, right? Let's say in the word, in the Bible, when God asked Ezekiel, can this bone live again? Dry bones don't respond to affirmation. It needs a creative force. It needs a creative word. And being created in the image and the likeness of God, we don't speak affirmation. We speak creativity. We speak creative word. So Oleb, have I answered your question? In short, you asked, does the brain only have the ability to tap into the negative things? No. The dominant one is what the brain, thank you so much. What is dominant is what the brain will respond to quicker. Okay? Now, if the brain, your brain you've been taught or you grew up in an environment where everything is negative, that's the fastest one. Thank you, my dear friend. That's the one that the brain will respond to in a faster way. So now our work in this moment is to rewire the brain, because the brain has a track record already. So now I'm saying, and maybe your question may have come from this, right? Now I'm saying this, the past, for some people might just be the negative things, okay? Anything that you revisit that will drain you emotionally, that's your past. Okay? Any moment of life that you visit that will drain you negatively, that is your past. Now you see what the past means. If you, who's that? The light is so much, is that Expedite? Hey, hey, fighter, welcome. I miss you too, okay? So any part of your life that you visit that it drains you emotionally, that is your past. Now, you don't want it just to drain you emotionally and then you move on because it's going to come back again. Okay? If you visit that part and then it starts awakening things like, shame, reproach, all those negative feelings, that is your past. So what do you do? So what do you do? When you visit the past and you start being shameful, you start having all these negative thoughts, there is a way where you can train the brain to tap into it so that you don't dwell there. Most of you've moved, your physical address is whatever it is, but your emotional address is in the past. So whenever you visit the past, you pour life into the past. Remember dry bones, they are in the past. When they talk about bones, dry bones, they are in the past. So life is only in the present, When you visit the past, you're pouring life into the past. Now, guess what? It's not even that when you're visiting the past, life is waiting for you. Life keeps moving forward. Life is lifing. Here you are. You already found yourself in June. You already find yourself in July, in December. And guess what? 2027 shows up. You're going to drag the same bones into 2027 because you were never present. This is the work that I do with my clients, helping you to regulate, giving you a structure. So let's go back to the visualization. It doesn't work with some people. Same as affirmation doesn't work with some people because you are visualizing from the wrong identity. You are trying to imagine a version of yourself that the nervous system does not trust yet. Right now, the nervous system doesn't trust you because your nervous system has been with you for 25 years if you're 25. Your nervous system has been with you for 50 years if you're 50. So the same nervous system that has been with you for 50 years also has a track record of you not showing up for at least 40 years. You see that? So for all those 40 years, the nervous system has a message that this person, they only starts, but they never follow through. So the brain resists unfamiliar. Unfamiliar for you will be what? I want to have a better job. It's a desire. The brain hears this as a desire. I know, but there is a way around it. There is a way around it. It feels like a life sentence. You put it so well, but there is a way that we can get out of it. Yeah. Don't let that scare you. We take it one step at a time by rewiring the brain, speaking that which the brain needs to hear, telling the brain, no, you do not dissociate yourself from who you are. Right now, a lot of people have dissociated themselves from who they were. And they are building the one that is never part of them, the one that is not part of their agenda. Okay? So first of all, I want you to tell yourself this, and this is going to lead me to help you regulate. Okay? Put your hand on your chest and tell yourself, thank you for this information. That means there is a way out. Remember some years back, maybe you never had this information. What you don't know, the door that you do not have the key to will always be locked. Okay? For those who are on the other platform, you're wondering, what are we talking about here? So one of my followers on TikTok is saying, this sounds like a life sentence. It's not. Neuroscience taught us this. Whatever we learn, we can unlearn and relearn. If it doesn't serve us, we can rewire. That's why it's called rewiring the brain, rewiring yourself. Okay? So let's take the lie out of that right away. Let's take the lie out of that. Let's take the lie out of that. Let's take the lie out of that. Now, put your hand on one hand on the chest, the other one on the belly. Very good, very good, very good. And tell yourself this, okay? Tell yourself this. You said, it's okay. There's a way around about this. Tell yourself, I'm so grateful that I'm coming across this. The door that you do not have the key for will continuously be locked, even though your treasure is stuck in there. So right now, I'm giving you the key, but the goal is not just to have the key. The goal is to step in and get that which belongs to you, okay? Very good. Thank you, Oles, for saying that, because this is needed right now. This will even lead me to help you to regulate in this moment. We just did a grounding movement right now. Grounding is what will reassure you that you can get back on track, okay? Now let's go. So you stop visualizing fantasy, right? And you started rehearsing identity. This is very important. Athletes do this, by the way. Athletes, they do this, by the way. Before they go on running, before they go on to play the basketball, whatever it is, they have seen themselves on the court before. They mentally rehearse success, right? They see the completion. They feel the movement. Remember, I told you what builds our identity are two things: the imagination Okay? The imagination and what? And the belief and the feeling, the emotion. Because the brain can tell the difference between what is real and what is not. And some people will tell you, fake it till you make it. Okay? So they feel the movement, and this is called what? This is what the finishers, they do. Finishers rehearse completion. And finishers, they are the ones that people call the 1%. The finishers are the 1%. The finishers are the 1%. Okay? By the way, according to statistics, only 8% of people can fully execute their goals. The other 92% of people, they are the overthinkers. They're doubting themselves. They said, I'll start tomorrow, but never starts, right? They have all the excuses. So only 8% of people can fully take action. They are the finishers. Okay? So when we start, you don't start because you're perfect. You become perfect on the journey of what you're doing. Okay? It's not about perfection, but it's about what? Completion. And what does that completion mean? Showing up when motivation is not there. You become what you repeatedly rehearse. Whatever you're repeating every single day, you become that thing. So I want you to think about one area right now. Think about one area. Where in your life do you keep getting stuck? Is it your finances, relationship, education? Okay. Is it your health? Is it confidence? Where are you keeping stuck right now? Is it consistency? Is it faith? You see that? Where in your life are you keeping stuck? Where in your life are you keeping stuck? Are you being stuck right now? I see your message as soon as I'm done, okay? Thank you so much. Now ask yourself this. What would the version of me who follows through do? What would the version of you who follow through? What would that version of you do? Right? Not perfect, not magical. What would that version do? It is consistency for me. Very good. Okay. Consistency. Good. Right? Consistency for someone. Staying consistent. That is very important. We all need that because that's how the brain will build a message around who you are and who you're becoming. Okay. And this is the work that I want us to do in the 90 days of group coaching. Where, because I've worked with people that they thought it was just consistency, but when we started working, they started, like, they were so surprised that it can be consistent. See, we never had a problem with consistency. This is what I'll tell people. We never had a problem with consistency because we are consistent in doing other things. But that which matters for us to do, we are not consistent to do them. That's why the title of today's session is what? You know what you need to do. Why are you not doing it? It's because you do not have the finisher, the one that you're supposed to build. The finisher system has not been built, has not been anchored. So when you are about to be consistent, the brain pulls you back into the past of that one who never shows up. Okay? So it's not something perfect, magical, but just the version that actually trusts themselves. What would they stop tolerating? Consistency for someone. What is it for you, another person? What decision would they make? What would they do this week? What would you do this different or less this week? I remember when I used to go through the same thing, right? I would start and then I would stop. That's what I was saying. I used to be a chronic starter. A chronic starter. But when I started saying, okay, I'm made in the image and the likeness of God, then it says what? God is the Alpha and Omega. See, most of you, there is an identity loop, an identity gap that is creating being stuck or the repetition to happen. It says this: God is the beginning and the end. Okay, beginning and end. You are made in the image and the likeness of God. So if God is the beginning and the end, that means you too, you start and you finish. What you believe about you becomes your identity. What are you comparing yourself with? Hello. I'm going to respond soon. What you're comparing yourself with becomes your identity. Remember, I told you about a model. Right now, you don't have any model to train or to build your life after. The model that we have is God. And the word says you're built in the image, or you're created in the image and the likeness of God. One of the attributes of God is what? The Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega means what? The one that starts and finishes. So when the brain is about to scan the old you, the past you tell the brain, no, you're scanning the wrong mind. You need to scan the mind of God, because the Bible says we have the mind of Christ. Okay, let's dive in. So this is the word that I lead my client through. I don't do therapy. I don't do motivation, even though I naturally earned the name, the motivational force. But I finally understood that motivation is not what it is. But I'm still keeping the name. I like the name. I'm still keeping the name. But motivation is not what it is. See motivation as that friend that will promise you heaven and earth. They will tell you, you know what? Whenever the snow has kicked in and you need somebody to clear your pathway, your driveways, I'm the person to call on. And then snow comes in and motivation, that your friend is like, I'm sorry, I can't show up. That's motivation for you. Motivation only shows up to give you the hump to show up. After that, motivation is not going to be there. Okay? So this is very important. This is very important. So that version of you, what would they stop tolerating? Someone just said is consistency, being consistent. And I just gave you the example. So you need to rewire, you need to retrain the brain and say, okay, brain. Now, because you know that it's inconsistency or staying consistent, you need to change the language where you don't move from a place of shame. Because the brain will give you evidence of the things that you said you're going to do that you never did. Now, in order not to be stuck in shame from the past, what do? You put in gratitude. If the brain took you to the past and it start pointing things to you, the brain is doing its work. What do? You'll be like, wow, I am so grateful that my brain is working so well that is bringing to me the things that I've done in the past. Do you know it's not everybody that can recall their past? You know that, right? It's identity. Everything is about identity. Your understanding. People can't even remember their spouse. People cannot remember their children. I've watched videos where people that are going through dementia, they cannot remember their children. Now their children, they are trying so hard to tell them, Mommy, it's me. So, you see, a lot of things that we are treating bad is just a moment of understanding. It's just understanding and positioning yourself regarding that. So when the brain takes you back to the things that you're supposed to do that you didn't do, your goal is not for you to add more to the plate. We treat inconsistency, or we treat going through the shame spiral by adding more on our plate. That is torturing yourself. I've done that in the past, so I know what it is. If the brain, in the past, when the brain will say, oh, why didn't you do this? You're supposed to do this. What do? You go by, you say, okay, well, now I'm going to wake up at 2 o'clock. You're going to say, okay, now I'm going to wake up at 2 o'clock. And then you don't wake up at 2 o'clock. And then the language is anchored over and over and over again. Okay? The live is going to be ending soon. But I just want to tell you about the group coaching session that I'm hosting. This group coaching session is what is going to give you the structure. For someone dealing with inconsistency, is because you do not have a structure. You are just throwing the spaghetti on the wall. You need structure, okay? You need structure. The structure will keep you grounded. It will give you the frame that you need to stay in. You do not want to stay outside of the frame. So this is exactly why I became passionate about helping people, right? because I got tired. Not only I got tired, but I know my potential. I know that I was very gifted. I could do many things, but I was functioning from a place of low self-esteem due to the results that I've had in the past, because due to the track record that my nervous system had about me. So I got tired of seeing smart, capable people stay stuck. It's one of the things that I hate. I got tired of seeing smart, capable people being stuck. Okay? People with wisdom, people that when you're going through ups and downs, they can counsel you, people that can pray you out of troubles, right? I hate seeing people like that, being stuck with all this wisdom. People with potentials, okay? People with purpose, but no system, no structure, no accountability, no support. And potential without follow through becomes frustration. That's where most of you are right now. If you're feeling frustrated, please put me in the chat. Put me in the chat if you're feeling frustrated. If you are feeling frustrated right now and you're tired, put me in the chat. Remember, we do not judge here. I live that life, okay? We do not judge here. Remember, we do not throw stones to people. Yes, frustration, right? Put me in the chat, okay? Because potential without follow through becomes frustration. And most of you, you're going through life with frustration right now. I believe there is too much in some of you to keep restarting over. There is a lot of things holding inside of you, hiding inside of you, that you have to keep restarting every single day. Okay? For everybody that is just joining today, we are talking about what? Something that you may have also asked yourself. Why you know what to do, but you never do it. Why you know what to do, but you still don't do it, right? Because this is very important. I want to show you what actually helps people break the cycle. And I want you to stay with me, right? This is very important. I want you to stay with me. Okay, let's see if there are any comments coming in. Let's see. Any comment? I lack structure and support. Yes. I hear you so well. Olef, send me, I'm gonna send you the link. As soon as you get on, this is gonna help you. You're gonna come, you also have a one-on-one coaching with me before we get into the group coaching session. Okay. And there is a planner and afterpay. There's a planner and afterpay. I've done this intentionally because most people, the excuse that they will give you is this, right? They will tell you this, something like this: I do not have the money to do it. So now I'm taking every excuse away. You know why I'm doing this? I am speaking to the old me. I am speaking to the one that was stuck in 2009. The one that never saw the one right here. Okay? So when I come out with passion. I come out to hold your hand and pull you out, so that you don't continue with all this value, that you don't continue being stuck under a rock. Your value is stuck somewhere. And can I be honest with you? People like you, Olef, let me call you out. Do you know why you keep tapping on the screen? Because there is a part of you that can identify with what I'm doing. You might just be that person that claps for other people. You clap so well, right? But you're shrinking. We have a lot of cheerleaders who can also be at the front for us to clap for them sometimes. So part of you is identifying so well with what I'm saying, what I'm teaching, because the image and the likeness of God holds all the potentials. But if nothing is done, you keep being stuck. And I'm glad that you're even engaging. And that's why I like having you on the live. When you come, the questions that you ask, your action, the way you interact, all those things, I appreciate. I love having you on my live. Okay? I like having you on my live. Now, let's see. Are there any comments coming in on the other platform? I want to engage everybody. So Olep, I am going to, I want it to be, yes. Okay. I just follow you, Olep. I just follow you. Okay, I just follow you. I want you to take advantage of this right away so that we can rebuild. Yes, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Because this session, I don't want to work with a lot of people, just few some people. And I love working with my friends. Ready? I'm telling you. Let me see. Do I even have the, okay. This is not here. I can tell you, I cannot see. This light is like lighting my eyes. Okay. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Any question on the other platform? Any question on the other platform? Let's see. Any question on the other platform? Let's see. Is there any question? Any question? Any question? Okay. Ready, ready, ready. Who else? If somebody else is ready, put ready in the chat. Put ready in the chat. Let's break it so that you are all prepared for the year 2027. You don't want to get into the, okay. What is happening here? Give me one moment, please. Okay, let's do this. Let's just Control A. My system is acting up crazy. Okay. My system is acting up crazy. Restart the program. Okay, very good. Now, for those who are just joining, please let me know where you're joining in from. Let me know where you're joining in from. We are streaming on 3 different platforms today, and it's intentionally done because I know some of you might be at work and you're telling yourself, Coach, I want to watch this on a replay. So when we mention replay, you know where that happens at. Just put in that place, reset with Coach Sheffy, okay? Reset with Coach Sheffy. For those who are joining, just put it in the chat, put in that part of the platform, put reset with Coach Sheffy in that part of the platform. Welcome to everybody. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. Man, it's too hot here. So hot. Okay. Okay. On top of that, I have my light on. On top of that. Pardon me for those who are gonna watch this on the replay. Like, what is happening? I need to rework it so that when I post it, I will clean that part of it. This is what happened because everything is open. Okay, let's see. Like light is everywhere, so it's making things to be frozen. And go. Jeez. Okay. For those who are just joining, welcome to the live. We're talking about you know what to do, then why are you not doing it? You can also send me an email on info@coachsheffy.com. Okay. When you send me the information, this will give you the ability to get access to the payment plan. Okay, this will give you the information to get access to the payment plan. You don't want to give any excuse. I've taken all excuses out of the way. And if you're still going through excuse, then ask yourself this question in all honesty. Are you really ready for transformation? Or are you that type of person who likes binging on what? Who likes binging on information? A lot of people will say, I want to transform, but not everybody is ready to transform. So ask yourself that question in all honesty. Okay? So let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm going to turn off my computer soon because everything is heated. Everything is just hot in this place. Hi, everybody. Whew. The wind just came in, thank God. The wind just came in. Wind just came in. I know some people might be leaving right now. Don't worry, you can rewatch it, okay? Okay. Any question before? Because we're gonna continue. I don't see any question yet. Let me see. Okay. Oh, you should see, like, I have this. Everything is hot. Everything is just like, geez. They're like, no, give us air, give us air. Yo, we are on another platform on this phone, another platform on the other on the computer. So everything is like, yo, okay. I need to reboot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, welcome, welcome. Okay, now let's go. Woo, let's go. Okay. So far, I was telling you about how information, binging on information does not help, right? And this is very important. When you keep listening to life, we can't teach everything on lives. We cannot teach everything on lives. Some of us, we plan to have a life for 30 minutes, and here we are already close to 2 hours, right? So not everything can be taught in life. And the brain is also, whenever you are only binging on lives, the longer that you're telling the brain, or what the brain is saying is this: I am not ready for transformation. So that brain will not consider anything that you're binging or anything that you're getting from a life as a moment of transformation. Because the reticular activating system is so powerful, by the way. You think it's just you, but the brain is seeing everything. We do not see with our eye, this one. Okay? So the brain sees, hears, feels, right? Smells everything that you are going through in a physical form of thing. Okay? So listening to a life never change anybody's life. It gives you the information, it gives you the motivation so that you can take the next step. So taking notes, sometimes they just become notes in the book. Nobody goes back to it. It doesn't change life. Feeling inspired, where you may get on my life, on other people's life, never change a life. It doesn't transform a life. Yes, unless you start investing. You can get that one information and you tell yourself, every single day at a particular time, I will do this. But guess what? You will do it one day. If the structure is not there, the second day you may ghost on yourself. The third day you may ghost on yourself. So you need someone, or you need an accountability partner that will lead you to get deeper and take you further where you're supposed to be. Okay? So transformation happens when support does what? Transformation only happens when support meets action. That's what transformation is. Transformation happens when support meets action. Transformation happens when someone helps you interrupt the cycle. Most of you have the cycle right now and you have no one helping you to interrupt the cycle. So transformation only happens when you have someone helping you to interrupt the cycle. Okay? And a lot of smart people don't need more information. And I will say that many times. Right now, you do not need action. You do not need information. You need to take action. And what do I mean by action? Let me put it here. This is what you need, okay? Write it in the notebook. If you are writing, tell yourself, I need a structure. I need accountability. Okay? Tell yourself, I need structure. I need accountability. I need a support system. Okay? You need a support system. Okay? And you need someone who can actually help you see the pattern. You need someone that can help you see the pattern that you've repeated. Okay? Pattern. Someone to help you see the pattern. You do not just see the pattern just to see it. Okay? Someone that can help you see the pattern. And that is what is being offered in. This is exactly why I created something that you want to be part of. And this is what. If you want to know it, I'm going to tell you, right? You're like, Coach, do I even have the choice? No, you don't. Okay? And this is why I created the exact program, which is called Stop Starting Over. Stop Starting Over. This is a 90-day finisher identity reset. And this is what I've created to help. This is how I work with my one-on-one client. For that person, and this is not for everybody, by the way. Let me just say this. This program is not for everyone. This program is for the one that feels like they are inconsistent. This program is for the one who is tired of repeating years of what? Not seeing results. This coaching program or this exact program that I'm telling you about is for the one that is tired of restarting, that is tired of self-sabotage, the one that is tired of procrastination, the one that is tired of overthinking, the one tired of disappointing themselves. This is the one this program is for, not for everybody. And this is also for the one who is so tired that they are ready to put in the work. Yes, it's not a magic thing. If you're watching a live or you're in a program where the person said you don't have to do anything, run. No. If you don't put in the work, you will not see the work. Or let's ask me earlier, is the brain only conditioned to see negativity? The brain responds to that which it's used to. So if your brain has seen negativity in the past, don't just think that when it comes to transformation, you don't have to do anything about it. You have to put in the work. So I work with people who want transformation, people who are tired of the status quo, people who know that they are capable, but they keep playing and living under the rock that is keeping them stuck. Okay? People who are tired of knowing there is more in them. These are the people that I work with, but not seeing in their life what they are capable of doing. This is not a motivation. I do not teach motivation. I'm just naturally built like that. Okay? I don't teach motivation. I teach identity. This is not a hype. I'm naturally built like that. Okay? But I don't hype you. Right? And this is not another course. This is not another program. I don't want to keep feeding you. We don't want to keep feeding ourselves with programs. We don't want to keep feeding ourselves with what? Courses. This is not what it is. Okay? And that's why when I created my journal, the Stop Self-Sabotage journal, what I did was what? When you get a journal, you work with me for 1 month. Because I know most of you have all the courses, but you have no one holding your hands through it. Because I know most of you bought the courses, you bought the journal, but you have no one holding your hand through the process of it. You see, I've lived it. So I'm not just going to come and throw a program on you. No, we're going to go through it together. We're going to work with it together. We're going to work about it together. That is who I am. The same thing that I wish for myself in the year 2009 is the same thing that I'm offering you. I did not just show up like this. I had a mentor that worked with me. So I believe everything that I told you that you need here was the same thing that was offered to me. That's why my process was so quick and fast and anchored. Okay? Back then, I didn't have structure. And maybe right now you don't have structure either. Back then, there was no accountability. Back then, there was no support. Back then, there was no pattern. But once the structure, the accountability, support, identifying pattern. When I was taught these things, all the lies started falling. I was no longer the overthinker, but I had clarity to go through life. I wasn't no longer procrastinating, but I built a structure to follow through. I was no longer inconsistent, but I had a clarity to how to go about it. Let's say, for instance, let me show you something like this, okay? Most of you are using somebody else's goal. You're moving through somebody else's goal. Let me show you this. Let's say right now, your goal is to read a book, okay? Let's say, for instance, you want to read one chapter a day or 10 pages. That's usually we go by what works for somebody else, right? Have you thought about how you can break that 10 pages a day, how you can break it so that your brain doesn't feel overwhelmed? You see that? Whenever you keep breaking your routine and you're adding more on your plate, the brain will translate that as frustration, as stress. And then what will happen? That's how you get stuck in the fight or flight mode. The prefrontal cortex will start disappearing and the amygdala, the fear center, will start kicking in. So the goals that you've set for yourself, at this moment, it feels overwhelming to the brain. But have you sat with yourself to create a structure that works with you? That is where I come in as your coach. If you're struggling with structure right now, when you come in a group coaching session, this is one of the things that we're going to be working on. On top of that, I'm going to lead you into nervous system regulation. You see that? So like I was saying, this is not a hype. This is not another program. This is not another course. This is not something that you said, I've done it, I stopped. I know that fear might just be ruling your life right now, but you don't want your life to be revolved around fear and shame. The 8% of people that when they set goal, they follow through, they are the risk takers. They are the risk takers. I've read of stories where people bankrupt many times, but they bounce back. Because what? They have built, most of you right now, you do not have the finisher concept in you. The finisher concept is not in you. So whenever something small happens, your brain exaggerates it, it makes it bigger, and then you start being afraid. Okay? You start being afraid. So this is what it is. This is not a program that will make you feel inspired for 2 days, for 3 days, and then you disappear, right? Spam. I'm having too many calls from spam, man. This is not a program that will make you excited for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and then you disappear. You might be this person, you even pray your way through, but it looks like the pattern keeps repeating itself. It's not what it is, right? This is identity work. You need that anchor. This is nervous system work. This is rebuilding self-trust work. The reason why you're not showing up, if we can be honest, is because you do not trust yourself. Silently, you do not trust yourself. Outwardly, people see someone who is confident, but inside, self-esteem is not there. By the way, there is a difference between self-confidence and self-esteem. Self-confidence will make you get the job, but your self-esteem will make you what? Ghost on the job. Self-confidence will make you get that job, but self-esteem, lack of self-esteem, will make you feel like an imposter. The conversation that you're having inside is coming from lack of self-esteem or lack of self-esteem, or the amount of self-esteem that you need in order to show up consistently. Okay? So this program is what? What is the 90-day program that we're going to do? It's rebuilding self-trust. It's 90 days for a reason. It's 3 months for a reason. We're starting in June, July, August. Because the next 3 months is what? You are closer to the month of, you're closer to 2027. So what we're going to do is this. The framework that we have is to rebuild, is to have a structural accountability support pattern. The goal is to do what? So that you can now build the next year with the 3 months that is left. With the 3 months that is left. Okay? So this is becoming the finisher. Now, what are we going to do? I know some of you're already asking, so please break it down for us what we're going to do in the first month. The first month, we're going to break the pattern. Okay? We are going to break the pattern in the first month. But before we break the pattern, what do we need to do? We need to identify the pattern. I know most of you have Googled some of the symptoms that you're going through. So you think that which someone is going through is what you're going through. It's not possible. Because we're not raised by the same parents. Okay? You were not raised by the same parents. You did not have the same lifestyle. It might look like what it is, but no, we deal with things in a different way. So that's why in the group coaching session, hey, Papa. Welcome, sweetie. Where were you? No, when you came home, where were you? Downstairs. Okay, I'm almost done, okay? Where's David?
Downstairs.
I love you. Me. I'm almost done.
Okay. Well, it's okay.
Thank you. I'm almost done, okay?
It's okay.
So you see that? So before we, even talking about the pattern and all that, you need to, before we break the pattern, we need to identify the pattern. Our life experience is different. The things that we've been through is different. So it's different for everybody. But I've worked with different type of people, and I've also got a certification where I'll be able to help you on your journey. You were not able to be consistent because there was no accountability on the journey for you. Why you restart? Okay? Why you overthink? Why fear keeps winning? Why you sabotage yourself? Why the old version keeps showing up? This is what we're gonna work on. You cannot change what you do not understand. So first month is this. That's what we're gonna work on the first month. You don't want to let this moment pass you by. It's very important. Don't say, I do not have the money. You have the way to pay. You have the planner and you have the afterpay. Send me a DM, okay? Even if you're still struggling, send me a DM at info@coachsheffy.com. I told you, I am coaching the old me. I've seen the road before, okay? So I don't want money to stop you. Now, let's go. This is very important. Month 2, what are we doing? Some of you, what is happening right now, you stop believing yourself, right? You stop trusting yourself. And you tell yourself things like this: I'll do it tomorrow. You start saying things like this: I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes because you know that tomorrow is still in the future. Or I'll show up on Monday and nothing changes. I'll rebuild that, nothing changes. Consistency. Okay, you said I'm going to be consistent and all those things. Nothing is showing, nothing is changing. And you start believing yourself. This is where things shift. This is very important. Month 3, what we're doing is shifting. Okay, we're working on how to shift things. And this is where things shift. You're going to stop disappearing on yourself. You stop quitting on yourself. Most of you're quitting on yourself. We see you moving through life, but you're moving under shame, under fear. So you're going to stop quitting on yourself. You're going to stop disappearing on yourself. You're going to stop emotionally abandoning yourself. You become someone who follows through. Remember, we are working on the finisher process, okay? So you become someone who follows through. You stop becoming the old version of yourself. You start becoming the one who follows through. Let me tell you something beautiful, right? One of the clients that I work with, thought she was lazy. Okay? I'm going to call this person Stacy. I don't want to call her name. She thought she was lazy. But this is what we discovered. She was not lazy. She was just exhausted. She was emotionally overwhelmed. She was disconnected from herself. She was fearful of disappointment, disappointing herself again over and over again. Okay? And there was another person too who constantly keeps starting over. This person was restarting every single Monday. They're gonna have a new plan. The same cycle. If they sound like you, put me in the chat. New plan, the same cycle every Monday. But once this person understood the pattern, where most of you right now, you don't understand, you are blaming yourself. You're just saying in a general way, this is who I am. When you do that, you're blinding yourself to see the pattern. But so once my client started understood the pattern, everything changed. He started to follow through. He started following through. And I have a lot of examples that I can give you. Another person overthought everything, overthinker. Okay? Every decision that they had felt heavy. They were overthinking because growing up, nothing that they did felt good for, their parents in that moment. So they were raised to question their decision. They felt like, they are not smart enough. So every decision felt heavy. Once we rebuild the self-trust, they finally move forward. Okay, sometimes people don't need more motivation. You do not need more motivation. And it's coming from someone who is known as the motivational force. Okay, you do not need motivation. What you need is a system that will work for you. Okay, so let me tell you who this is for and who this is not for. This is for you if you constantly start and you stop. This is for you if you constantly start and you stop. You know what to do, but you don't do it. You overthink. You procrastinate. You feel behind all the time. You struggle to trust yourself. Okay? You know there is more in you. You can feel it. You dream about it. You've been told at churches. You've been given prophecies and all that, but you're tired of becoming the old version of yourself. Now, who is this not for? Let me put it out there. This is not for someone who doesn't want to put in the work. Yes. Let's just be blunt about that. Even if it's a book that you just need to read, you still need to read it. Okay? Now, my IG people, I'm going to disconnect, but please, if you want to follow this, you can go on the big red app, okay, and put in reset with Coach Sheffield, because I have to charge this one. Okay, I'm sorry about that. You can watch this on the YTB channel where people subscribe. Put in reset with Coach Sheffield. So let me say this. Yeah, let me turn it off because it's gonna die soon. Thank you so much, Kemi. Let's end this. I'm ending my live, by the way, on TikTok as well. For those who are just joining, welcome. Woo, the phone is too hot. My goodness. Yo, the phone is so hot. Okay, so who is this not for? This is not for you if you want motivation only. No. I don't give motivation. I'm naturally someone who exudes that, but I don't teach motivation. Okay? This is not for someone who want a quick fix. This is not for someone who is unwilling to do the inner work. It's not for you. Growth requires honesty. Growth requires honesty. Okay? Now, what is the investment? You may want to know. For the full 90 days, the investment for the first 10 places that I have, or the first 10 spots that I have, is $597. For the first 10 spots that I have is $597. But for those who are going to sign up right now, okay, these come with what? Afterpay and Klarna. Right now, for those who those who are able to sign up for this right now, it's going to be $397. And I'm doing this intentionally for a reason. This is done intentionally for a reason. Because most of you, the excuses that you make is what? Coach, I do not have the money. Now what? What's the next excuse? You have Afterpay, you have Klarna, you have payment plan, okay? And if you book right now while the live is on, you are paying what? For $397. If you go on the link, TikTok, let us breathe. If you go on the LINK on my BIO, what will happen? You're gonna see the original price. So if you're really interested, I want you to send me the DM, okay? I want you to send me the DM so that you can take advantage of the $397 price that I'm putting in just for you. Just for you. If you want to do that, go ahead and do it, and then you'll be able to be part of the people, the 10 spots that are available for the original price that is $597. After the 10 spots is filled, the price is going to go up. After the 10 spot is filled, the price is going to go up, okay? And now, for those who need the flexibility, like I said, there's payment option, payment plan, but how much has staying stock already cost you? How much has staying stock has already cost you? It cost me a whole lot. It cost me a whole lot. It cost me peace of mind. And remember, in 2009 was when I was also pregnant with my daughter. So the shame that I was navigating that time was too much. So how many opportunities has staying stuck cost you? How much confidence has staying stuck cost you? How much time has staying stuck cost you? How many unfinished goals has staying stuck cost you? How many years? Okay? Sometimes the most expensive thing we do is this, is stay the same. The most expensive thing we do is this. We stay the same. Are you deciding to stay the same in this moment? Making up excuses? Have you decided to stay the same in this moment? Making up excuses? If money is the excuse, it's no longer there. It has been taken away. If you want to take advantage of that while the live is on, okay, I'm going to keep it open. While the live is on, you can take advantage of it by, instead of the $597 for the 10 available spots for $597, you would take advantage of it for $397, $397, $397, $397. Tomorrow, the price may change if we reach our goal. Okay, and I know that this goal will be reached in a faster way. And even if the price changes, please take advantage of it, because I know what is going to happen in the next 3 months when we start working. Okay, and like I said, I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for people who are finally tired of enough, finally saying enough is enough. People who stop restarting. People who wants to stop restarting. People ready for structure, support, accountability, identity work. People who want to follow through. People ready to trust themselves again. These are the people that I work with. Okay? If there's no question, is there any question on YTB? Okay, no question. Very good, very good, very good. No question. Let me tell you this. You do not need another Monday to decide. Only you know how far starting over has brought you, the opportunities that you've missed, right? You do not need another notebook. You do not need another thing. You do not need another motivational video. You have trained your brain for that well enough. So the brain right now, it's only at a place of, I need motivation. But you don't. What you need is support. You have enough motivation. You have enough information. What you need is support. What you need is structure, okay? What you need is accountability. What you need is a reset. Now, if this felt like your story, if this sounds like anything, or if it has resonated with you, you know what to do. DM me resets, Okay, send me a DM, reset, and we'll have a short conversation. And I will see, or together we will see, determine if June 27 is your next season. Okay? Together we'll see if June 27 is your next season. Okay? It's time to stop quitting on yourself. It's very important. It's time to stop quitting on yourself. Thank you so much for those who have been here since the beginning. Let me see my people that are still on. Oh no, let me say thank you to people first. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Gigi, hey Gigi, thank you so much. The Gida, thank you. Mando, thank you. Asia, thank you. Nerd, thank you. Mon, thank you all for being here till the end. I appreciate you all. And for my people on YouTube, I appreciate you. By the way, now I know that I'm at the end, so I can say it. If you want to watch these, you can subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and it's called Reset with Coach Sheffy. Reset with Coach Sheffy. Reset with Coach Sheffy on YouTube so that you can watch all the replays, okay? You're gonna need this along the way so that you can start doing the identity, the transformation work. Welcome to everybody. And if you want, as soon as you do the registration, there are some videos, some audios that you need as well so that you can start being and following up for yourself. Okay, following through rather. Have a wonderful day. Okay, that's a song from TikTok. Thank you everybody for being here today. Thank you for joining. Please stop. Thank you so much for those who are joining. If this is your first time, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And please, let's spread this channel. Let's spread this channel. Let your people know. Let's spread this channel. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everybody.